Is Thanksgiving being canceled? We don't like to talk about holidays as fragile things. They arrive every year on schedule like the turning of a page, but this year's Thanksgiving is showing cracks in that reassuring inevitability. Not because the date will change, or the calendar will falter, or the turkey itself will go extinct, but because every system we rely on to perform the holiday ritual is under strain, and many of those strains are feeding each other. It's a troubling choreography, economic pressure reinforcing supply shortages, travel demand amplifying infrastructure fragility, shutdown politics eroding aviation capacity, institutional gloss feeding public distrust, weather compounding delays, and social tradition forcing consumption patterns the system cannot comfortably bear. In quieter language, not one thing is going wrong. It's all going wrong together. The year's unfolding tensions reveal themselves as a series of modern holiday parables, not myths to comfort, but mirrors to illuminate the edges of collapse we pretend not to see.
The price of corn, like secrets, climbs unseen, and feed turns gold by hands of old machine. The farmer shrinks, the shelves grow thin with fear, while turkeys vanish. They'll arrive next year.
Behind the scenes of the holiday table, the supply chain is whispering its discontent. Feed prices climb without announcement. Producers operate on thin margins that cannot absorb another year of avian flu, drought, or inflation. Consumers see this reflected not as a warning, but as a receipt. The gloss is that everything is fine, but honestly, the lived truth is that everything is tight. Tight supply, tight budgets, tight breath. We may still feast, but only if we pretend not to notice the cost of holding the tradition together.
The roads are full, the planes are overbooked, and every gate's a prayer that's double-hooked. One storm in Boise breaks Atlanta's spine. The tarmac cracks beneath a moving line.
Our national holiday runs on a transportation system that is exquisitely sensitive to pressure. When everyone travels at once, the system becomes a single, trembling organism. One delay feeds 10 more. One full flight becomes a dozen stranded families. One hub faltering sends shockwaves across the map. The system wasn't built for this volume, and each year, we quietly hope nothing snaps.
A frozen bill, a furloughed air patrol, the tower thins as chaos takes its toll. No fix comes fast. The backlog breeds more debt, and silence flies where radar should be set.
This is the part we rarely acknowledge. Holidays rely on governance. Planes need staffed towers need funded agencies, and funded agencies need functioning politics. When government stalls, the sky does too. Thanksgiving travel doesn't pause for congressional gridlock, but the air traffic system does. And every hour of lost capacity ripples into days of chaos.
"We've got it handled," smiles the screen in blue, while store shelves hum the anthem of untrue. Each word of calm, once doubted, breeds more stress. The news just nods and amplifies the mess.
What makes a holiday feel like it's still intact? Not just food and travel, confidence, trust. The belief that things are basically under control. But when official reassurance contradicts lived experience, empty shelves, long lines, canceled flights, the gap creates a vacuum filled with anxiety. And anxiety spreads faster than shortages ever do. The more assertively institutions insist everything is fine, the more folks start to sense that everything is not quite right.
A whisper snow delays 100 flights. Then backlogs bloom like weeds through airport nights. Each shift misplaced becomes a freighted gust, and sleet can ground your schedule into dust.
Weather's always been a big deal when it comes to Thanksgiving travel, but nowadays the system's so brittle that even minor storms can lead to days-long consequences. The margin for error is gone. Just a hint of sleet can set off a domino line of cancellations, and a gust of wind, it can turn logistics into pure entropy. We call it unexpected, though it has become the most predictable part of the season.
Tradition knocks with casseroles and shame as families force a fragile, brittle game. One frantic dash for pie distorts the trade. The weight of normal makes the system fade.
Holidays are rituals of continuity. They insist that we show up as if the world is the same as last year, even when it isn't. The pressure to conform, to travel, to gather, to host, to produce the expected dishes, forces spikes in consumption and mobility that break whatever systems are already strained. We don't want to cancel Thanksgiving, but our insistence on performing it the same way as always is what pushes the system toward the edge.
Each loop alone would buckle but survive. Yet braided tight, they crush what must revive. We strain to feast while all around us caves. The holiday we chase becomes its grave.
No single failure cancels Thanksgiving. But together these loops form a convergence, a crossfire of stressors that transform a beloved holiday into a test of resilience. This year's Thanksgiving may still happen. People will gather, turkeys will roast, flights will land, most of them. The day will come and go. But the question remains, how many more years can the holiday depend on systems this fragile, this entangled, and this brittle? Maybe Thanksgiving isn't canceled, but it's no longer guaranteed. And perhaps that's the point we should finally acknowledge. A feast is only possible when the world behind it holds.